breaking into the music business is a unique journey for everyone, but the love of music and the culture is the connecting tie. These are the untold stories of how Canada's most prominent Black entertainment professionals got started in an industry that never sleeps. I'm Jesse Jones, and welcome to Season 2 of Amplify. Passion, perseverance, and an unrelenting drive to push boundaries. These are the ingredients that have propelled our guests to extraordinary heights. But what's the secret behind their ability to harness their passion, leverage their perseverance, and demonstrate unwavering commitment? How do these remarkable individuals bring all these skills to the table? For R&B icon Jully Black, she possesses a unique ability to define and redefine her significance, constantly pushing the boundaries and bringing forth an unmatched awareness of who she truly is.
What don't I bring to the table that makes me successful? What do I bring to the table that makes me successful? I bring an extreme amount of honesty and confidence, sure. And success, it depends. Success in what? You know, I remember I interviewed Shakira way back when I was a journalist for Eton. And I said, I used to end all of my interviews, same thing when I interviewed Jay-Z, same thing. I'd say, I am successful because, and just leave it. And she simply said, I'm successful because I'm significant. And I define my own significance. And I've held that since, 2005. And so it's defining and redefining your significance, right? And so I bring that with me everywhere I go. I bring a level of charisma. I know that I am capable of literally, I'm very atmospheric. And I can get someone's attention like that and hold the room, hold the space. I'm really, really good with humans, yeah, but I'm especially good with youth. And so I just, I kind of use all of my abilities over the years. And what teachers used to say were kind of like my issues. My birth name is Julianne. Like, Julianne is too loud, or Julianne's always, she's seeking attention, or blah, blah, blah. I realized, I have an ability to put groups together. That's where 100 Strong and Sexy was born. That's where the Power of Step was born. Being able to really come in and hold my space on stage, whether I'm with the man them. I know how to also step back and you're not out sing. Like, even the other day I went to go take in Honey Jam, and it was amazing showcase. And people, are you singing? Are you singing? No, I'm not singing. I'm here to be a fan. I'm here to clap and bust shots. You know what I mean? So I have that ability to really just be in the space and contribute to the space.
Beni Johnson, the visionary behind 10 at 10, says it's all about understanding how to move things from the realm of artistry to the realm of business. It's a delicate dance that requires a keen understanding of both creativity and strategy.
I love how I got triggered and thought this was like a Hinge date when you said, what do I bring to the table? So, no, what do you bring to the table? It's one of those things that it starts for me in the creative side. I've always been a creative, so I was doing graphic design when I was 11 years old. That changes into web design as well. And then that blends into branding and communications. And then I think it's that experience of being an artist and then moving into a business world, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. So understanding the artist entrepreneurial space of how you need to present yourself as an artist, but how you also need to move in the world on a business standpoint. And because I've worked with brands and built businesses, at least from a graphic standpoint, I understand how you need to carry yourself in business and how you want to put yourself out there. So a lot of these observations, communication skills in general, I think when it comes to being either an artist or wanting to be in the music industry in general, I have a lot of insight that can allow you to go from zero to something, or be from something to even more refined.
A true master of connection, Vivian Barclay, managing director of Warner Chappell, has years of experience and a deep-rooted connection to music. She possesses a unique ability to bridge gaps and bring people together. Through her remarkable journey as a musical prodigy and family ties to the world of music, Vivian brings her skills as a connector to the table.
One, I have experience, so I've been through quite a bit. I've been through many parts of this business, except for being at an actual label. And so I think I'm able to bring that breadth of knowledge to things. The fact that I am an artist, the fact that I am the child of artists, the fact that I have experienced a lot in this business and a lot of different decades in this business, I think is something that is useful, especially to young artists, because I can say to them, like, look, someone's tried this before. This is how it went down. Here's what I think you should do. And I think experience, nowadays people look at experience as like corny. They're like, oh, you're just old and you're corny and you're stuck in your ways. I thankfully don't feel like I'm stuck in my ways. And I think one of the things that I do bring to the table is that I'm constantly trying to make sure that I understand where we are right now in time. So I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't believe in technology and I don't believe in AI and I don't believe in this and I was on Musical.ly, which became TikTok, when it was Musical.ly. Like, I jump in on everything. I may not be there every day doing, posting 50 million things of content every day, but I make sure I'm up on what is happening. And I'm also not egotistical enough. I'm not a musical snob. That's another thing I think that is super important. There are a lot of people who only listen to certain types of music and are complete snobs about music. I am absolutely not a musical snob. I love the popular versions of all types of music, as well as obscure music. And I think because of that, I don't have an ego that says, oh, if you are not super, super cool and over here listening to this niche little thing, then you're not valid as an artist. Who am I to look at somebody and say, because 30 million people signed up to get on the Taylor Swift list to get tickets, 30,000 tickets, and 30 million people in a country of 37 million signed up to get her tickets. Who am I to tell you that Taylor Swift is not good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so insulting to her fans, to be frank, right? And I wish more people in the music business were like that, because there are a lot of snobs in the music business, a lot of them. And they're like, oh my God, like, that's not real music. And, if you don't play an instrument, that's not. And that kind of annoyance, especially against Black music, so drives me up a wall when I hear people say things like, well, they don't play real instruments. It's like, please, like, get a life, right? So I feel like the fact that I come from those kind of perspectives is super helpful to what I do and what I can bring to people. And I'm a good connector. I'm a person that I have no ego around connecting people. So 90% of the people I connect, I don't actually work with. But if I will remember, if you say to me, oh, I'm looking for XYZ, and then I meet that thing that you need, I am 100% the person that will say, yo, I met so-and-so the other day and so-and-so needs so-and-so. I just want to connect you guys. I don't need to be in the discussion. Leave me out of it. Don't BCC me. Don't CC me. I don't need all the emails, but I'll connect you. And I think that's also something I bring to the table, is that I'm a good connector.
For MJ, the host of Pure Country Radio, her genuine care for others and an unwavering desire to see them succeed makes her a catalyst for positive change in the lives of those around her.
I genuinely care about the people around me and getting to know the people around me. I don't care, how many followers one person has or what this person can necessarily do for me. Sure, at the end of the day, there are mutual beneficial arrangements everywhere. But I genuinely care about people succeeding and succeeding together. So when I sit down or I hear a song or an artist says, hey, MJ, can I pick your brain, right? Can I play you this song and can you tell me what you think? Absolutely. I'm going to make it work for you today. Whether it's 5 minutes I can give or 10 or an hour, I'm going to make it work. And like I said, everyone is on the same playing field for me. That's what I bring to the table. I care about everybody around me. I just want to see people succeed.
Likewise, Olivier Vander Zaag, Director of Regulatory Affairs at Music Canada, seamlessly channels his political experience into a life dedicated to serving and empowering the people around him.
I didn't know this, but somebody pointed out to me. And I think I've just been doing this as a middle child since then. I have 5 brothers and sisters and big complicated family. Putting people at ease. somebody told me that recently, and I said, well, yeah, okay, but that's just what I just consider that something you should do, or like just do because you're trying to relate to somebody. But somebody recently pointed out to me and said, that's a skill that you do better than a lot of people, and I think you should sort of remember that. So I think that's sort of the number one. There's a lot of people who do things just as well or better than I do in my space, but the person that pointed out said this is something that's really important that helps open up those doors and make things a bit easier. So I think that's the one I can point out right now.
They say patience is a virtue, but for Grammy-nominated producer and songwriter Quest, patience and an insatiable thirst for knowledge are what truly sets him apart.
A lot of people don't understand the value of waiting. So I've learned patience. I've fallen in love with the idea of becoming a student because I feel that people will have such a huge fixation on the end goal. But the problem is once you reach the end goal, then what? Whereas if you're in the mind state of being a constant student, you're always growing and there's always something new that intrigues you that you want to be a part of or you want to learn or you want to pursue.
Confronted with challenges, dancer and choreographer Hollywood did more than bring a seat to the table. He brought the table.
I bring the table. Because I'm not invited. Usually I'm not invited. I'm not included. I am not on the list. There are countless events that happen in Toronto that are black and or queer, that are entertainment driven that I don't get invited to. Continuously. It happens all the time. All the time. So I bring my own table, and let me do my thing. I don't know. It honestly, there was a show that happened last year for the first time and everybody was there and I was not invited. And everyone's like, you should have just showed up. I said, no, that's not how that works. I go where I am welcomed and celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. And I don't want anybody to be like, oh yeah, he's fine. No. The same invite that this person got and that person got, I deserve because I've earned that, at least that.
As we traverse through the intricate tapestries of stories, showcasing resilience, empathy, patience, and determination, we've seen the multitude of layers and experiences that define success for our guests and what they've brought to the table. But what valuable lessons can we learn from their experiences and challenges? What pearls of wisdom can they offer us? A great place to start, says Jully Black, is investing in yourself.
I would say it's a sport and you need to train and find whoever you think the greatest artist of all time is and figure out how you would hold your own if you opened for them or if you were on tour with them as a co-headline. What's it going to take? What type of vocal nutrition? What's your physical? Are you physically fit? I look at, I admire Pink. She's doing Cirque du Soleil, flipping out. Those are the people I look at, Tina Turner, etc. Right? So, become a musical athlete no matter what. There's only a handful of musical athletes out there. There's that. As far as the business is concerned, I would say form your team. Know that it's going to take investments because this is a different day. They're not really giving the money up front like before. So if you got a hustle, a side hustle, or your main hustle, go get educated. Get your master's, PhD, do all the things. And if music is what you truly want to do as your main thing, then know that one could fund the other. I think sometimes people look at it like, if I do this career, then I'm cheating on the music, or I realize that everything it's just a pot of money.
Vivian Barclay knows all too well that in a world of ever-increasing clout and superficial measures of success, true fulfillment lies not in pursuing fame and recognition, but rather in a genuine love for the art and a deep desire to support and nurture it.
You have to want to do it for passion. If you're coming to the music business to make money, this is the wrong business for you. Okay? This is the wrong business for you. Entertainment in general. If the reason why you're coming here is to get clout and money, this is the absolute wrong business for you. Because there is nothing worse than people who work in the music business, who are working in the music business to try and have more clout than the artist they're supposed to represent. If that is the point of you doing this, you're in the wrong place. If you're here just for the money, you're also in the wrong place, because you could leave what you do right now in music and go work in tech or somewhere else and make gazillions more dollars than we do working in the music business. We work long hours, and for some people, they don't look at what we do as work. They're like, oh, you guys are at shows, you're having fun. Yeah, but you go to shows for fun. I'm going to shows not for fun necessarily. I'm working on my weekends. This is not a 9-to-5 job. This is a always on job. Artists are high maintenance. No matter the most low maintenance artist you will ever meet is still high maintenance at some point. And they call you at 2 a.m. They don't have boundaries. They just believe everybody should be on. If they're in the studio at 3 a.m. creating, they believe everybody else around them should be creating and with them. And that's fine. That's their thing. And I have no problem not answering the phone at 3 a.m. I just don't do it. Right? You know what I mean? If it's an emergency, I'll answer it. But I just try to keep boundaries. But I think if you want to be in this business, you have to be doing it because you really, really love the art. And you really want to, especially if you're on the business side of the business, then I think you have to want to be a support system for art and artists in the truest sense of the word. And you have to want to do that every single day, all day. Because otherwise, why are you doing it? Like, it's not for the compensation. You know, are there people who come to our business and as executives have brands and profiles that are probably as high or higher than some artists? Yes, there are, 100%. And maybe that's part of it. You know, maybe it's a twofold thing. But I think when you come here, what you do is you try to find people that can be good mentors. 90% of what you learn in the music and entertainment business doesn't come from school. It comes from working in it and doing the actual work. So getting an internship, learning as much as you humanly can, jumping in wherever you can, doing any and everything. You know, when I was much younger and working, I think at a radio station at the time, you know, and I used to hang out with our lovely friends on the BMG street team, the Joannes, the Careys, you know, Juan, all those guys. And we did a conference here in Canada called Northern Exposure. And the office for Northern Exposure was my apartment. To see that group of people that were super immersed in the culture from a street team level, just out there literally trying to move the needle every single day, from a grassroots level, to now watch where they've all become within parts of the business is the kind of stuff that's super satisfying for me, right? To watch and to see that change has happened and that we've all just grown up in the business together and we've all still can be supportive of each other in the business. I think all of that is what I would class as my success.
In the quest for achievement and personal growth, Quest believes it's important to remember that greatness is built one brick at a time, with the understanding that it's okay to figure things out as you go.
If I had to give advice to someone who wants to follow the same path that I have, I would say just do it. I think a lot of times we're so caught up on the idiosyncrasies of how things work and making sure things are planned out and making sure everything is perfect. And my wife would laugh because she says I'm a perfectionist. So I'm very much like that. But sometimes you just gotta jump. You just gotta go and you just gotta figure it out as you move. I mean, a lot of the people that are successful in this world didn't have the rule book. They didn't have the roadmap set for them. They're just like, okay, I have this idea. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna figure it out. And they put one block down. Cool. They put some mortar down. Okay, it fits. Everything's not moving. Cool. I'm gonna put another brick down, put some mortar down. Okay, this one's kind of off. Let me readjust. Cool. And then just go from that and just build. And by the time they look up, they have a house.
For MJ, it always comes back to paying attention. Fully. Eyes open, ears open, and heart open.
Eyes open, ears open. That's where you start. Because I think sometimes, and I'll elaborate on that, I think sometimes, and this is what I've learned for myself, we are so focused. You hear it all the time, set goals, set goals, set goals. we're so focused on this outcome and goal that we're missing the little opportunities around us that we've never even considered would be better for us. We just have this idea and we're so tunnel visioned on it that we just don't even consider that there's a higher or bigger plan for us, meant for us, you know? So if someone wants to do what I do right now, that's their goal, my advice would be take a step back a sec and scan the room. Listen, maybe you're meant to do something else. It's not to say maybe you're not meant to do what I'm doing. It's just meant to say, are you sure there's not a different plan for you? Because that's how I'm here. I did not plan to be here. If someone asked me that, where do you start? I was folding clothes. And here I am. But eyes open, ears open, heart open, intuition. That's the only advice you can give anybody, I think. Not to be so focused on just one thing.
For Hollywood, it's all about legacy.
And it stuck with me. I think I heard this in like 2007 or 8 or something. He's like, you will never see a U-Haul following a hearse. And some people got it, some people didn't get it. I love saying this and watching people's reactions because some people other people wait, basically, we can't take any of this with us. The only thing that remains is how we've impacted people. And I'm grateful that the legacy that I am building is one of impact.
Carey Riley, marketing director at Sony Music Canada's advice is simple. Be where you aspire to be. Align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the visions you hold in your heart.
You see somebody that is doing something that you feel as though would benefit the conversation in and around what you aspire to be in those places. Like, I don't think that, like, it is really about building relationship. This industry is super small, and like, to be able to say that like you are interacting in a way that is of benefit to you, it's valuable. But I would say just that, like, be places, be where you aspire to be, like, put yourself in those situations to interact with people that are doing what you aspire to do.
Beni Johnson advises to discover your why. And always remember the immeasurable value of finding a mentor.
Are you doing it for clout, or do you feel there's a serious need to, I don't know, improve the environment that you're in? Or do you see holes in what's already there? And do you want to contribute to it? Or do you want to just emulate, right? You have to be very careful about what you spend your time on, because time is very finite. And I would suggest that, like, it's not sweet. The music industry isn't sweet. It eats people up every day. The best artists in the world are nowhere to be seen 5 years after their biggest hit. So also understand, not everybody gets to have a hit. Not everybody gets to be part of someone that was very successful. So if you're going to go down a path that you don't truly love, beware, because the reward at the end is not what you think it is. And I think it's okay to go down a road to discover and allow it to unravel. But take the time to plan and understand that, like, your relationships are most important during that journey. And when you need it, look for the money. Yeah, ask for help, because the chances of you being the first person to ever do something is very slim. So do your best to look around that environment to see if there's someone that has canvas, ask questions, find a mentor.
Olivier Vander Zaag believes getting involved with organizations like Advance can be a transformative and impactful decision.
Just get involved, which is very, very simple advice. But yeah, 90% of it is showing up. Again, I think everybody loves music. Everybody has an angle towards music. And if you're involved in politics, or like would be interested in the political side of music, or or the regulatory side of music, you just get involved. And so for me, advance is a really easy way, especially for people in our community. We're an open door. We've got many spots to fill as far as, many hands make light work. And so if you think you've got something to offer or think you want to learn something in the community, just don't be afraid, just get involved. And like the Keziahs of the world, the Miros of the world will certainly create a seat for you. And you just ask as many questions as you want because it's a pretty open industry. And we're happy to help. So hit me up.
In the next episode of Amplify, we explore what it takes to stay relevant in an ever-changing industry. Is it about continuously honing our skills and expanding our knowledge? Or is it anticipating what's next and adapting to emerging trends and technologies? Tune in, take notes, and get ready to carve your path to greatness.